Tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome to the introduction part of the subject selection. I am Vivalina, the Director of Curriculum. Understanding NCEA and the changes that have occurred are an important part of helping your son navigate successfully through his formal qualifications. If you have already had a son or a daughter progress through NCEA, then there may be some repetition in the process introduction session. You're welcome to skip through areas you already understand. We've made some changes to the website to assist your son in accessing further information about courses he is anticipating studying at either Level 2 or 3 in 2021, given the cancellation of the Subject Information Evening for 2020. To access this additional information, and importantly the frequently asked questions as they relate to each course, please navigate to the HIBS website, then click on Curriculum, then Departments and Individual Subjects. The second slide provides an overview of what we'll be looking at this evening. If you have unanswered questions about NCEA at the end of this part of the information session, you can email me directly or email a question specific to any of the subjects offered to the relevant HOD. The time sequences on this slide indicate the time in minutes and seconds where specific content is covered, and should you need to review details at a later stage or skip past information you are already familiar with. Beyond Level 1. In terms of subject selection for 2021, you may already understand from having seen the Senior Curriculum Handbook that entry requirements at Year 12 and 13 generally require students to gain between 14 and 18 credits in the previous year in that course. Subject prerequisites can be found in two places in the Senior Curriculum Handbook. At the bottom of the Level 1-2 subject pages, where it states that progression on to the course of study at Level 2 or 3, and by searching the selected subject page at Level 2 or 3, at the top of the page under Minimum Entry Requirements. To gain NCEA Level 2, students need to gain 80 credits, 60 at Level 2 or above, and 20 at Level 1 and above. And similarly, to gain NCEA Level 3, students need to gain 80 credits, 60 at Level 3 or above, and 20 from Level 2 or above. University entrance. Level 2 results are important for those boys thinking about going on to university. Applications for entry into a university course is made prior to the completion of Level 3. So gaining the best possible results at Level 2 is important, as these are the results the university will look at on initial applications. Confirmed Level 3 results aren't ratified by NCEA until the following year, around mid-January, so the university will need to use the Level 2 results as an indication of students' likely achievement at Level 3. Following the release of the Level 3 results, universities will then confirm entry places with students who have applied. This slide identifies all of the current university entrance requirements. New Zealand stats show the biggest reason students fail to gain UE is where students don't have 3 subjects with 14 credits in each. In the last 2 years, 94% and 84% of our boys respectively gained UE. However, we've had boys missing one of their 3 subjects by 1 or 2 credits, and we are unable to help them with this once their results come out, as they are no longer enrolled at HIBS. Gaining the 3 subjects with 14 credits prior to externals is a strong position to be in. Uni stats tell us that the students with 3 subjects of 14 credits or more gain entry to university, but students who have 4 subjects with 14 credits or more are more likely to be successful at university once they are there. UE literacy. To help you identify the standards which include UE literacy, we have included this information in the Senior Curriculum Handbook. You will see as you flick through the subject information at Level 2 and 3 that there is an additional column included in the table. You can see this on the slide. The first column shows the intention of the standard. The next one identifies the standard number. Helpful because searching on this via NCEA for exemplars and support materials quickly highlights some useful resources. The third column indicates the number of credits that can be gained by achieving the standard, followed by whether it is an internal or an external assessment standard, and the column next to this indicates what UE literacy credits can be gained from the standard. For example, the first standard, Achievement Standard 91472 on the table, provides 4 writing literacy credits, whereas 4 credits for UE reading can be gained by achieving the bottom standard on the table, reading literacy, and reading credits. The third standard down the table indicates 4 credits for both literacy. This standard can provide either reading or writing literacy credits for UE. Tracking our current Year 13 boys indicates that at this stage of the year, 12 boys still need to gain or attain the university literacy. 10 boys are short by just 1 credit in either reading or writing. Stats state that 41 of the 83 students entered Level 3 this year having gained their UE literacy at Level 2, which can take some pressure off at Level 3. Students who choose not to study Level 3 English need to be very aware of their UE literacy status if they are intending to go to university. That is, searching to find what subjects they are taking that provide the UE literacy credits that they need. Aiming high. Why is this important? Many universities are now operating some form of brain point average, where more weighting is given to standards achieved at merit or excellence level. Most universities are offering monetary scholarships for merit and excellence certificate endorsements. Ms. Moore is the best person to talk about scholarships with, but there is also a valuable section in the Senior Curriculum Handbook on page 21 and 22 to refer to. Ms. Moore sends information to students throughout the Year 13 year to assist them with the planning and application for scholarships. There are 30 top achiever scholarships of $45,000 to $50,000 awarded in New Zealand every year. Previously, HIBS boys have gained up to at least 10% of these scholarships. As mentioned earlier, Level 2 progress and achievement is important as many scholarships are awarded to students applying at universities based on their Year 12 results. Other tertiary institutions. Tertiary institutions like WellTech, tourism colleges, polytechs set entry requirements for individual courses. The most common are maths and English, and also at times can include submitting a portfolio of creatively produced work. A number of courses provided by these tertiary institutions also waiver fees for students if they are under 18, as they still gain government funding, and most courses can qualify for first-year free fees as well, as long as the students haven't registered previously in a tertiary course. Last year, a number of our boys left at the end of Year 12 to begin trade-focused study. They are all settled and progressing well in their careers. I would suggest that if your son is thinking about studying for a trade, it is well worth exploring this sooner rather than later to ensure he is best placed to make his decision. Also, talking to Mrs. Moore, re-gateway will be important if you are wanting more information about this. Processes. HIBS has a number of processes to help students successfully negotiate Level 2 and 3. Some of these you will already be familiar with. For example, NCEA information is identified in both the Senior Curriculum Handbook and in course outlines. The front end of the handbook, pages 7 to 13, provides information about appealing a grade should you need to, understanding what happens if there's a student breach of the rules, late submission of work, what to do if you're unwell on the day of an assessment, etc. The second thing that's useful are assessment planners. These are emailed out early in the year, usually in February, and are published on the website. Under Curriculum, then Senior School, you'll find the most updated version. Access to the student parent portal via the website is a great place to go to track credits. Navigate to the portal, then select Reports and then NCEA Summary to overview your son's achievement and progress. Planned study skills sessions. This year, Patrick Chirac came in to present a session to all the senior boys on passing exams. He also presented a session for parents as well, so the same messages about preparing well for exams and achieving well can be backed up at home. The school internal evidence exams are to help students prepare for externals. What they do and what they don't know and now need to focus on is a good indication based on the results and the feedback they get from their assessments. Internal evidence exam results are used to provide evidence of a student's understanding of a standard if a derived grade is needed. That is, if the student is unwell or there has been an extenuating circumstance and they are unable to make their external exam, the IE result is used for the derived grade. School tracking from Term 3 onwards. strategically targets students at greater risk of not achieving, or those who are tracking well towards endorsement. UE literacy credits, subject tracking, which identifies students' progress towards gaining the required 14 credit packets of credits in 3 subjects at level 3. The website. How helpful is it to know your way around the school website for curriculum? Well, very helpful. Open the website, click on curriculum in the top menu bar, select senior school from the drop-down menu, and this slide shows you where you have navigated to. From there, under useful links, you can see this year's senior curriculum handbook and the one for next year. Assessment planners for each NCEA level. Later in the year, the internal evidence exam timetable is posted there, and also the NCEA external exam timetable. Tracking your progress. This slide shows other ways to track progress. Many students are downloading the NCEA Track app on their phones. This app was updated 2 years ago to make it more user-friendly for students. Screen 1 shows what subjects and what credits have already been achieved by the student under the Tracking Your Progress app. The middle screen identifies in depth what credits were for, and the third NCEA track screen has the student's timetable. Some students find this very useful, especially at the beginning of the year. On the right side of the screen, you will see a snip from our portal. Log into the portal, click on Reports, then NCEA Summary. This screen provides a broader summary, which also includes a state of play for UE literacy, NCEA levels gained, and total credits achieved and how they were achieved across all of the students' formal qualification years. Remember, the portal will always provide the most up-to-date achievement data. We submit our grades to NZQA on the 1st of each month, so any credits gained following the 1st of the month until the end of that month won't show on the NZQA website until the next submission. Costs and contact. You may be aware that in 2019 was the first year students did not have to pay NZQA fees. Previously, these have been set at just over $76. This year there is no cost, and it is likely to remain this way in the future. Scholarship paper fees have also been removed. Once external results have been ratified and published in mid-January of the following year, NZQA start to return exam papers. If you decide to query a grade, speak to your subject teacher first and show them your paper, as they will give you an indication of whether you should apply for the paper to be remarked as a reconsideration. Each reconsideration is applied and paid for online. The cost for having a paper reconsidered is $25, and this is refunded if the grade changes after having been reconsidered. 21% of students successfully gained a higher grade through reconsideration in 2018. Subject selection. Finally, thanks for listening and viewing the accompanying slideshow. Having a wider understanding helps you support your son's future choices and continued progress. I understand that the investment of time is seldom easy to make. Helping your son to make the most informed decisions about their subject choices is the first step in their successful achievement. The portal is now open for subject selection and will close next Monday, the 24th of August. A reminder to search out the detailed course information and the frequently asked questions on the website again by clicking on Curriculum, then Departments, and then opening the relevant subjects to view and explore courses and see the typical questions staff are asked by the boys and their parents during the subject selection information. Thank you.